this view. You know, it's pretty amazing. No
All right.
questions, just in awe. But yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'll say the intro. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Iwan Rebel. This is my talk show, Late Night Rebel, and we have our special guest here, the one and only Vore. How you doing, my man?
Howdy. Hey, nice to be here. Very
Yeah,
happy
yeah,
to be here.
yeah, man.
Um, yeah, man. So
So,
I,
so, so for those who don't know who you are, like how, like, tell everyone a little bit about yourself. Why the name Vore, for example?
so the name Vore has a very specific and silly story behind it. It's
Okay.
not what you think it is. Um, Basically, when I was getting into this game, which was like 2017, it was when I blew up in popularity, like big time. I think
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2017.
Yep.
All my friends were getting on it to like shitpost and meme. And when you got on, it would automatically use your Steam name.
Yep.
So I would change my name on Steam to Vore, and the reason for that was I would play this MMO, and you know how in MMOs you get like flavor text emails from different characters, like lore and stuff. And this game had a fictional language. It wasn't real. It was like a fictional language, a bunch of gibberish. And it just so happens that the header or the subject of one of those emails that the NPC sent me was VO apostrophe RE, which I suppose in their fictional language means something else. But when I read it, I just read it as Vore, and I couldn't stop laughing to myself because I thought of the fetish. So it was the first thing that came to mind when I was creating my VR chat account, was I just typed in Vore and it was available. It just let me have it, even though I wasn't expecting it. I thought they'd censor it. But
Nice.
that's all there is to it. It's very specific. It's not very funny. It's just kind of random.
Yeah, but now look at you, man. Now you're the star, man. Everyone knows who you are.
Yeah,
The pickle.
yeah. I think well, a good amount of people. I haven't been very active, but I'm happy to know that there's people who still like what I do.
Yeah, the old frogs remember who you are.
Yeah, yeah. All the old guard.
Yeah, yeah, the old, yeah. So, how did you actually end up in like VRChat itself? Like,
It was a close group of friends that I've been with for many years.
hmm
I believe I think I said late 2017, like December
yeah,
near
December.
Christmas.
Yep.
It blew up pretty big. I thought it was around for longer than that, like the game, but it got
hmm
like really popular because I believe people were streaming it. I think it was Poke and a bunch
Yep.
of other people. It really got like big, so we decided to check it out, or they decided to check it out, and I just joined them. And for the longest time, we were just running around public places because it was like the game was still very like young, you know, not a lot of stuff was in it. It was like very wild and different. So we were running around public places and just shitposting and memeing, and that's how I met Nuts, or she met us, I suppose, in like a public lobby. She would do that. You remember Nuts, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she would do that Yandir thing. You know, the obsessed.
Star, yeah.
Yeah, the psycho thing.
Yeah.
Except it would be way less censored, and she would do that to one of our friends. And she was just following him around, and that's how we met her, and that's how I met her. And eventually, we would be going through these lobbies, and I believe there's a clip of this somewhere. I think Crag has it, or someone has it. But we met Chips. He sang to us for the first time, and I was there using a different model and a different name. But it was in a pub in the upstairs area, where the fireplace would be.
The roost,
And
yeah.
it was like a historic moment. But that's how it all started, and ever since then, I would join the lobbies and just hang around, and it all just progressed pretty naturally.
Okay. What about your avatar? Like being a pickle? Like why Nicolas Cage
Avatar?
pickle?
It was just something I found in a public avatar world because I was new to the game. I was checking out what was ported, like who ported what avatar, and I didn't recognize what this was from. I think this was in Gmod, Gary's mod originally. This
Yeah, yeah,
avatar.
probably.
That's what it was from. I just
Yeah.
picked it. It was like completely random. Like one of those. It was during that phase where you're just rapidly switching avatars, checking out all the different ones, and this one
Yeah.
just happened to be the one that I was on stream on with the most, so I just stuck with it. But I do have other ones as well that I switched
Okay.
to. Hmm?
Do you have VR or you've always played in desktop?
No, always desktop. I've never had VR.
God damn, dude. Fund this man some VR, bro. What the fuck?
I've never been in a VR headset. Never.
You
I've never used it yet.
never? You've never tried VR? Damn,
Never,
Jesus
never.
Christ, dude. You're missing
No,
out,
everything that-
dude.
Yeah,
You're
I
missing
know.
out.
I know. It looks really. There's actually quite a few games now that I would love to play. I mean, Alex is coming out in just a
Yep.
couple days, but there's quite a few games. Like even if they're like very short, like almost demos, I'd still love to like try it and play it. Hopefully one day.
Have you ever thought about streaming yourself, like streaming VR chat in your adventures or just other games?
Yeah, people encourage me to do it, but I just don't think I'm cut out for it currently, or I didn't think so at the time. I'm not really set up to do it properly, and I'm not really motivated to. I'm very happy to just appear on other people's streams and have fun,
Okay.
have fun with them. But just not my thing, I don't think. But I appreciate all the people that were interested in that. It means a lot to me.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, man, if you stream, you could like technically get funded a headset. I'm sure people would chip in a few bucks here and there, and you can get a headset.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That'd be appreciated. But I think space is also an issue for me. I don't really live alone, so VR in general isn't like it's a big luxury for me. I think there are some other things that I am currently trying to save up for as well. So if I do get it, which I'd like to eventually, I think it'll be like one of the last things I would get.
Okay.
I imagine. But it's definitely something I'm interested in at some point.
Okay. You said to me that you're do you still live in Serbia, or have you moved?
Yeah. I was born and raised in Belgrade, the capital.
Okay.
The way I learned English was just TV.
Really?
I would watch a lot of I would watch a lot of Cartoon Network and Boomerang, which were two very. Why?
What, learning? Like, listen, man, I can only speak one language. I barely speak English. You telling me you learned a whole fucking language from watching cartoons? What the fuck is
No,
this
it's
shit?
not. That's not all there is to it. It was like when I was young. It would because languages are best learned at a very early
Yeah,
age.
of course.
Because that's how it got into my brain. Like I absorbed it like a sponge. I would be like 3 years old, like 5 years old. I would be watching stuff like Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory, Kids Next Door, all those classic early 2000s Cartoon Network stuff, like the really big ones. And I guess I just showed a natural affinity for it when I was very young. So my mom just signed me up for some English classes when I hit 6 years old, and ever since then I just took straight up classes, and I aced all of them, and I got my paper. And it's all there is to it. It's great. I mean, I speak English way more than I speak Serbian.
Yeah, but
I express myself.
but
I articulate myself much more better.
I'm saying, like, if you still live in Serbia, don't you have to speak like Serbian, like, to people, like if you order shit and something, or like people speak English there? Like, how's it work?
Oh, I do. No, I just speak Serbian. Yeah.
Okay.
If I just started speaking English, it'd be kind of weird.
People like, what the fuck?
Maybe the people haven't met me before, but certainly people I'm already acquainted with. It'd be kind of out of nowhere. And most people, well, actually, a lot of people do like they do speak English, but they're not very fluent in it.
Yeah, broken English. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, funny English.
Okay. So, do you know any other languages besides Serbian and English, or?
Just Serbian English, and a little bit of whatever I can pick up, like a couple words of maybe Italian. I was they had like mandatory French classes when I was in school, but I really did not like learning them. I thought it was a very boring language, even though I'm sure it's nice. It just wasn't for me to learn. I would much rather, even though like I'm not a kid anymore, I would still just like take lessons and stuff like, I don't know, like Russian, because it has similarities to my language. Russian would be really cool to learn. It's Cyrillic as well, the written alphabet, although it's very different.
What about Polish?
Polish, yeah, and Polish is also very similar. Although, like we have a couple words that we share.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say them, but
okay.
We do. They're pretty.
I said Polish because Rob speaks Polish. I'm assuming maybe you would understand each other if you're speaking.
Yeah, I understand. So I understand. Like we would have like a couple of these moments where I shout in Serb, he shouts in Polish, and then like to everyone else on the outside, it just sounds like two fucking European weirdos like shouting like crazy. It's great.
Yeah, but you actually understood. That's interesting.
Yeah, like bits and pieces. I understand him. I don't know if he understands bits of me. He probably does.
Nice. Can you stand like a little bit further back? Like,
No. Yeah.
there you go. Cause like it's always all you fucking. All right, that's good. All right, we're good.
It's all good.
Anyway, so, back on. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here.
That's fine.
So I watched like Rob's clips and stuff like that, and like his VODs, and I saw like you like doing like a storyteller thing, like what was like last night or 2 days ago or something. So
Yeah, that was last night.
yeah, so like, so was that always like random? You know how to like, cause you sound like a storyteller for like like sick kids or something, dude. Like what was that? What the hell was
It was
that?
completely impromptu. Yeah, it was just a girl in the lobby just asked me to do it, and I just did it. I go along with whatever happens because it creates fun moments. Like it's very spontaneous. I just pulled up a fucking random bedtime story and I started reading. It was great.
Okay.
It's because I do aspire to do professional voice work, even though right now it's immediately outside of like my budget to get everything going to start advertising myself. But whenever I can, I jump at the opportunity to get my voice out there, quite literally too. So I enjoy doing it.
What you could do is you could hit up some streamers and say, I'll do your like Twitch alerts or some shit, and be like, yo, you wanted me like say something weird? Vore me?
That is a good idea. I was thinking about places like Fiverr or something similar.
Yeah.
Where I will say or I will do something. Well, probably just say because I don't think I'd be able to do anything. But I will read something for you, and you can do this. Fun stuff like that. I would definitely love to do. Recently, I did do a couple of radio chatter lines for an indie game that my friend got me into. So I appreciate stuff like that as well. It's really fun. Although I'm not like using any huge high grade microphone. It's a Yeti. It's a Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
But it's something. It's like it's enough for most people, I feel.
Yeah. Blue Yeti, I would say, is like the medium tier. It's decent for like gaming or talking.
Yeah, it's
and stuff
acceptable.
like that.
It's
it's acceptable.
Before this, actually, just a month before I would start playing VR chat, I was on a very shitty headset mic, and I'm like, if I started playing VR with that mic, I don't think I'd be here right now, which is kind of crazy because the mic was really bad and my voice didn't come through at all.
Yeah.
So this microphone, this Yeti, I owe a lot to it, in a sense.
Of course. I mean, if you ever had VR, like most of the microphones on every headset, it's shit anyway, so it just sounds like ass.
You often hear that when people switch. Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, the only like good headsets I found is like the Index, which is like $1,000, which is like and then the other one is using a microphone like mine. So I use a mod mic, which is a custom microphone that attaches to the headset, so it's not like
the detachable ones are great.
Yeah, I'm sponsored. Thanks, Antlion Audio. But yeah. This is the Index mic. Yeah, Craig. It's people compare the Index mic to the microphone I'm using right now. Some people say it's a little bit better. Some people say it's up to you. But I'm actually getting my Index in 2 days on Friday, so I guess we'll figure that out. Yeah. Anyway.
Very cool.
So you've been playing VR chat, like I said, like I would say basically as long as I have, which is since December 2017. I started December 10th, 2017. And you probably played a little bit before or a little bit after me. My question to you is, how do you feel about VR chat as it's changed, comparing to 2017 to now? Do you think the game is like, like what the fuck is this game anymore?
It was, I like I said, I was active on and off. I would say the most that I was active was in those first few months. It was like January, February, March, April, and then like the latter half of 2018, I think I fell off a little bit. Mm-hmm. And for most of 2019, I just didn't show up because the stream times, I'm in Europe, The time zones just didn't line up.
Yeah, yeah.
But from what I've participated in, I would say when I joined it, it was still very much completely untamed and very young. Even though the game, to my knowledge, up until that point, it was actually like released for a while. It just wasn't very big until that moment. So when it got big, and when it was still like recently big, it was super untamed and like wild. And then as it went on, they introduced, you know, the safety stuff, for example. None of that existed. I remember that, like all the precautions you could take. None of that existed. So it's good that it's here now. But I suppose now it's all just like, in terms of streamers at least, it's all just like little communities, isn't it? It's not like it's definitely not as big as it used to be, and it's definitely not the flavor of the month anymore.
Yeah.
But I think with the right people, you can still have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, Craig, the headset I'm using is, he was asking what microphone I'm using. I'm using the Antline Audio Wireless Mod Mic. It's in the description. But anyway, as you were saying, yeah, just like the small communities, you're exactly right. So like VRChat streamers now, I feel like everybody has like their own little community, and they sort of like maybe intertwine with each other, but like everybody sits in private worlds, and like maybe you would get like on average in the early morning, so around your time, so like let's say like 2 o'clock p.m. your time, like actual like no, well actually be like early, it'd be like 7 o'clock your time, so like 6 hours ago.
Yeah, usually they're pretty early for me. For example, Rob, he starts at around 5 a.m. for me, so that's like the big time slot from what I've seen.
Yeah. So a lot of the streamers that still play VRChat, a lot of them are all switched to the EU time, and that's where you get like all the streamer lobbies, and like they're all like together doing stuff. You don't really see the NA crowd besides like Rob and a few other people. So
yeah, and those people, they usually like, they have like a pretty dedicated following too. So it's very consistent. You know, the lobbies. There's like, I haven't joined them every day. Obviously, I've been fairly inactive, but there was never a stream that I checked out and it was like empty. It was always full of people and stuff going on for every single one. That's pretty impressive. Especially for this game. Yeah,
so people are saying it's kind of forced to be that way with snipers and crashers. I'm talking about like they're talking about like the streamer lobbies. Yeah, I mean it's always sort of evolved into that where like you get like a bunch of people that just sort of
crashers are definitely a thing now. I remember, ironically, I did not encounter crashers at all in like when I first started playing in those first few months, 2017, 2018. I'm sure they were there in some form, but the most what you'd see is people with the gore images as their avatars.
Yeah, I remember that.
Thing.
Yeah.
That was the biggest one that I would see. It was fucking crazy. Like much more untamed.
It's actually like weird because like back then that was like the worst thing somebody would say. They either like say the N-word or like run up to you with like a giant JPEG of like a giant like asshole. And that
yeah,
it was
horrifying. It was also really fucking funny. Like it depends on what it was, because it was like if it was gore, it was like okay, I don't want to see that. But if it was like some really stupid shit that they would run up with, it was really funny. It was like you never knew what you were gonna get, and now pretty much all you get in Publix is people crashing you.
Yeah, you don't even get anything anymore, dude. You just go into a lobby and you just hear this like, "X's person has entered the lobby," and just play some fucking dubstep shit and just fucking crash. You're like, okay, dude, like, where's the creativity, man?
Yeah, it's all just like who can one up the other person when it comes to like, you know, the fucking crazy ass avatars and the effects that make your fucking CPU melt into the ground and fucking kill you and just explode you. It's insane.
Yeah, that's basically what it is all about now. It's just like the random crashers and snipers and like the modded
clients. But outside of that, I'm happy that communities have persisted through it. Like the private ones, they didn't just get overwhelmed by all this shit.
Yeah.
You know? And there's still, from what I've seen, there's still like some people to meet in public that are actually, you know, worth meeting. Some new people. It's not all just people who crash and people who like shit on everyone. You know, it's they're out there. They're still like fun to be had. It's just not like what it used to be, I don't think.
Yeah, like even if I play VRChat on or off stream and like in a public lobby, I still just like almost every lobby, not all the ball, like I would say 50% of the time, I get like just shitty people that just don't want to talk, or they like fuck you and just like crash you. They'll like flex on you if they're like, dude, I'm no clipping right now. I got a mod client. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's very rare, yeah, very rare to find someone who is willing to like talk with you, not talk at you, and show off all their shit and like fucking just smack you in the face with how cool their VR stuff is, or how fucking amazing their avatar is, or if they don't do that, like you said, they just crash you, and it's like, holy shit. Give me someone normal.
You know who the normal people
just...
are? The Quest users, man.
Yeah.
They don't have any crasher avatars.
Users?
Yeah, because they can't use the Quest users is like. Do you know what a Quest user is?
I don't know what a Quest is.
Oh, okay. I'll explain it. Yeah, so okay. Oculus Quest is the headset that came out last year, like spring of 2019. It's a headset that's really cheap. It's like the cheapest VR headset you can get, and it's like a phone. It's converted like a phone into a VR, so like it's really bad like specs on it.
Oh my god, that's fucking crazy.
But you can use it in VR chat, but if you use a Quest, you can't go to like any like PC worlds. You couldn't go to this world, you can't go to presentation room, you can't go to the Great Pug.
So where do you go?
You just go to Quest compatible worlds. You get like fucking like you experience like
sounds like a nightmare.
You only get access to like 10% of the game, basically.
You're in your own little pool with the rest of the people and you're just stuck there. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, but
well, at least they don't get crashed.
Yeah, but the Quest avatars, a lot of them are just very simple. Like none of them really have any fancy animations. They're all very bare bones, very simplistic, and all the worlds they have are very simple too. And I mean, you can go to Quest worlds as a PC user, but if you have an avatar like yours, they can't see you. Like, you're literally just a robot to them. You have to use a Quest compatible avatar.
Their phone can't handle a fucking low poly pickle with like a face on it.
Hold on, let me see. Maybe no, I don't think they can even see this shit. I don't think so. I'm not too sure though.
Yeah, low poly Vore might be Quest compatible. That's true. He might.
Yeah, if you make yourself low poly, yeah, or Jor does it for you. But
here, I'll get him out.
Oh, you mean already did it? Yeah. This one, yeah, that one would probably work probably fine. Yeah,
this'll work. He'll accept this, no problem.
Maybe. I mean, well, actually, on your avatar it says only made for PC. So if you click on your like avatars, it'll say like the circle that's blue, and then next to it is the green, but it's like grayed out.
There it is.
Yeah, so that means that your avatar won't actually work. I don't think you have to make it Quest compatible.
This one isn't. It's not.
I don't think so. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure you have to have it Quest compatible. Like action the settings.
Alright, Joey, so we just need this to be like a big green thumb, and then it'll work.
No. I think your avatar will work, he just has to upload it, so it's, I don't know how to do it, but like, there's like a setting you have to press.
I have to upload it to be compatible.
Yeah.
It would have been funny if this wasn't low poly enough, though, so you have to kill more polygons.
No, it's definitely ready for it, it's just, you have to like, make it so it's compatible for those people.
It's great. I love all of the low poly avatars that Jor made. They're so good.
Yeah. But yeah, you can go talk to some Quest people. Because when I went to the Quest world, they have like a great
different species.
Well, yeah. I mean, all of them are new players. Like they haven't played as long as you and I have. Some of them are from fucking what do you call it? Like December. Like they just got VR. They only got the Oculus Quest, and like they're like, oh man, I'm experiencing VR for the first time, and none of them are like,
oh my, yeah, they're like babies.
Yeah, they got no memes. They're like actual, genuinely like decent human beings.
Damn, that sounds like a completely different world.
But they're all only in Quest compatible worlds. So you have to go like the Great Pug West, which is like a really small ass like Great Pug. It's like shrink down and like, yeah.
That sounds so sad. It's this little barren pug where all the Quest people go.
Probably the only like really good world is probably the Black Cat. If you've ever been there, that's actual Quest compatible world. So if you ever go there, you can actually find Quest users.
God, it doesn't look like it'd be, but like, damn.
It's just optimized.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to get a headset, maybe you can just get a fucking Quest. I mean, they're very cheap.
You know, yeah. And I will go become king of the Quest kingdom. You know, I'll round them all up, and I'll be like, all right, I'll rule you now.
Yeah, you be
me.
Be the king of the Quest. Yeah, the king of the Quest players.
And I'll convert them all to real VR users. Then we'll just invade.
Oh
they
shit!
won't know what hit them.
Damn, dude.
That's how it'll be.
Yeah, man. I mean, the one thing cool
Then,
about the Quest is that it doesn't need any cables. It's all wireless too, so it's like you don't need any.
It's a phone.
Yeah, and then you can use it anywhere in your house, dude. You can just like be in the fucking bathtub and just like fucking like woo, where the fuck you do?
You just in the bathtub. Yeah, you just don't drop it.
I mean, whatever. I don't think you can do it outside, but you can use it like in any indoors because it needs light or some shit to like detect.
I would totally use it on the toilet.
Yeah,
That'd be a huge amount of fun.
of course. Just like taking a shit, just put on your headset. Hey guys, I'm playing Viewership. Oh shit! Here's a water splash.
Howdy, gentlemen. I'm squeezing a tough one. I need some support.
Just fucking hear you grunting.
It's a kidney stone.
Oh shit! But there is a excuse me. There is a cable you can buy that's like $80 that you can connect it to your computer, so you can connect the Quest to your computer, then to use it for PC. So then you can actually
That's fucking. That's crazy.
That's that's the upgrade. Now you can actually become a PC user.
Oh. Well, it works at least.
Yeah. That's why it's like the most selling headset, because you can do that. It's actually pretty cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have affordable options like that.
Of course. So, back to VR chat and back to the early days and shit. So, when you were with Nuts and Chips, did you know that they were streaming, or were you aware, or like, were you just doing your thing, or?
So, at the start, I suppose when we met him, or when he was singing to us.
Yeah.
I don't know if we knew that he was streaming. He was just doing the song. But
Creep
then
song,
after,
man.
yeah, the legendary. Then after, there would be a brief discussion on whether or not I was safe to be on the stream, because I was very uncensored, or very unfiltered.
Yeah.
Not in a good way. But so I just kind of like, I decided to dial it back a bit so I can go with her and just have fun. But the first time I went there, Rob was there, and I was in a Scooby-Doo avatar, and he kicked me immediately because he had no idea who I was. I told him I was a friend of Nuts, and he just kicked me.
Damn.
That was like the first time we met. It was great.
Damn, dude. You can't let that down, man. You gotta kick him sometime.
Sorry. I'm orchestrating.
Oh. Oh shit, the pickle, dude. You gotta make your pickle army, dude.
Yeah. Oh, we have the robots. I'm part of them.
Oh shit.
I have,
you got a pickle Rick?
Full Vore. No, it's Rob's robots. You know the
Oh,
ones.
yeah. All the robots, yeah.
I mean, I technically made Rob into the robot he is today. Took him to the it was a momentous occasion. I took him to this world with these Mortal Kombat avatars, and I turned him into a badass Triborg instead of a pussy little default VR robot. You know those little default fucking VR chat robot avatars that look like you break them by blowing at them. So I turned him into like a real robot, and that's when he got that desire to be a fucking killing machine, an evil robot. That's what fueled it. It's the lore.
It's all because of you, my man. You did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
He's a good robot.
So how often do you actually play VR? Because you said like, oh, you don't really know what's going on in the past. Like, wow, you get on like every day,
Not very often or not. No, not every day. I only ever get on for that social circle that involves Rob's group, because I have friends there, and sometimes I just get on and fuck around with them, hang out with Crumpet, with Hate, with all the people. Just not very often at all. I missed out on most of last year. I would get on extremely rarely. Only now have I gotten on semi-regularly. Even then, it's like just whenever I either, if sometimes I stay up and I'm awake, but I either just feel too tired to participate, or I just don't feel like it. I just feel like some kind of way. But most most of the time now, I am trying to get on a little bit more. Because, I mean, this whole situation going on with the virus anyway, we're all basically home. So
Okay.
I have nothing to really wake up for. In the sense that I have to go somewhere. Because there's nothing to do.
Okay. Is Vore interested in dating right now? Would he be okay with sharing time and memes from that with the streams he visits?
So the dating thing, I'm not really sure I'd be down for like 100% serious VR dating stuff.
Yeah, man, you want that real coochie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have VR. There's nothing in that for me. It doesn't do anything.
You just fucking move up and down like this.
I just.
Oh!
But,
Oh god. Jesus.
But I'm not into that at all. You know, the VR sex. I think it's actually pretty embarrassing. But the dating stuff, I'll do it for fun. Okay. So like when they set up date stuff in like the lobby, I'll do it for fun. But I have never, and I probably never will do it like genuinely to date. But you know, if I meet someone as a result of that and like talk to them, that's fine. But like to specifically like get on VR dates just to like, you know, hook up with someone, I don't think that's for me. But
okay,
you know,
I get what you're saying.
And for the other part was sharing memes.
Yeah. Like stories, I guess.
Stories. Well, there was the one I mentioned about turning Rob into the robot. There was there were a couple of occasions that I would do this, and there would be like a moment where I wasn't there, where Rob would maybe be like, he would be either like mind controlled or hypnotized, or he'd just be like demoralized. So like I think a week or so ago is one such instance where like he was like all sad, and like and I come up to him and I do this thing where it's like snap out of it, you know, like I motivate him basically. And there was another type of event like that. That was a while ago. It was this very bizarre arc where Chips stealth, where he was a woman called Jessica, and he would do the whole thing with the voice changer. He would even sing as Jessica, and that whole thing weirded me the fuck out. But there was like a moment where he turned Rob into his slave, and I had to come in there, and I had to get him to snap out of it. I looked at him, and he was on the ground, and I had to get him to snap out of it. I had to just motivate him to break out of it. I broke his mind control, and got him to get back to doing what he's best at doing, and not groveling in front of some fucking VR girl that's actually a man.
You know, it's actually funny. That reminds me. That's actually how I met Chips for the first time. Cause back then when I was playing as Kenny K. Kona, I don't know if you knew about that, but I used to have like originally I was Kenny K. Kona, but then I started like giving myself jobs, so I would have like outfits or avatars. So like I would make myself into a cop, but I didn't want to just be a normal
cop. Oh, you
had
different avatars for.
Yeah,
okay.
So like one of them was being a pimp, and the other one was being a police officer. But I didn't say, oh, I don't want to be like a normal cop. I want to be like a trap officer. So I just go after traps. So I had Trap Patrol, and that's why I met Chips. Was
Did you meet him as Jessica?
Yeah, I met him as Jessica. So he had that voice changer on. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? And I was like,
imagine meeting him for the first time like that, not knowing like what he usually is, thinking that's just like the way he is all the time.
Well, the thing is, I already knew who he was like prior to knowing him, so I knew.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like.
Yeah. It wasn't like I was like, oh, what the fuck? I knew who he was.
If it wasn't.
Yeah, imagine if it wasn't. But anyway, I did a bit with him where I went up to him and I was like, "You're under arrest" and shit, and like I have a gun and everything and a badge and I like handcuffs, and he'd be like, "No, please," or whatever the fuck he was doing, and then like he actually added me because I fucking arrested his ass for being a trap. So that's why I met him.
It works out.
Yeah, man. So.
But yeah, there's a lot of good moments. Some of them don't come to my mind right now, but
yeah.
There's all kinds like really old clips that I love. I can't like immediately recall any.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if I was reminded or if I thought about stuff, like it'll all come back to me. there was recently, well, not even recently, like last year, there was this copy pasta that they made me read with like the oohs and the oboes, and I did it. I did it on stream, and then I have this faint memory of fucking someone as well on a bed, and by fucking I mean it's not actually fucking. I was just doing this, and I was making like
the crouching. You're crouching. You're teabagging them, you know.
Yeah, they're not tea bags. They're more like dill bags, but it's the same.
Yeah, I hear you saying. Do you actually like pickles?
I prefer cucumbers. I like fresh veggies. I don't like stuff that's like marinated in like shit and cum and piss or whatever. I just like fresh veggies.
All right, sure.
More carrots. I love tomatoes. Tomatoes are the ones that make exception for it because they have the fluid, but that's not too bad. Tomatoes just taste great.
Yeah, it's juicy. It's like 70% water, you know.
Yeah, but there's no fascination with pickles. I never really chose or asked to be like associated with it. Or Vore for that matter, like the fetish Vore. But that I have no choice but to go along with it. Yeah, that's the first impression. I can't just be like, actually, I don't like pickles. It's like, no, I have to play along with it for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the way it is.
What about a fresh snapper?
Fresh what?
Snapper. SNAP.
Fresh snapper?
They're like I'm pretty sure it's like a type of like pickle that's like not as
I'm getting fillet. Like fish.
Oh, the fuck? I don't know, when I thought of fresh snapper, I thought of like snack snappers or some shit. They're kind of like what you eat for lunch, and it's just like a slice of a pickle, but like not as whatever. It's not that important, I guess. It's whatever. It's just a type of pickle that's like not as juicy or whatever. It's like a halfway.
I believe he was talking about the female reproductive organ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh. Okay. Well, then I took that. All right. Yeah. Same. We all
High
like
five.
It. Hey, 5-5.
My man.
My man. So speaking of being in VR and shit or whatever, how are you feeling about the whole like COVID-19 shit? Like, are you like isolated or like what do you do? Like,
I'm just one of those people that was like, it spent so much time inside anyway. It doesn't change me much. I'm just more afraid to go out now because the only thing I did before was go out to the store and to the gym. And now the gym's closed. Stores, there's a curfew here. You can't go out past 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Elderly folks, like I think 70 years and up or 65 years and up, can't go out past 10 a.m. So it's pretty. They've taken some pretty serious measures, but they're doing it early because we don't have many infected here. We have.
If you're out past curfew, you get fucking arrested, dude. Sent to the gulags.
Curfew is what I expect during like like some dystopian stuff.
Yeah, but dude.
It just the thought of it is scary. But it certainly ruined a couple of things I wanted to do. Like I wanted to really. So I've been going to the gym for a while, like almost 3 years now. Yeah. This year it'll be 3 years, but this year I really wanted to like make it much more of a lifestyle, and now this happens, and it just kind of fucked me in the ass. But
shit happens.
It could be worse. I mean, it's good that they're taking preventative measures early like this, even though it's to some people it might seem drastic. It's ultimately for the best because we don't have that many infected in like the entire country. I believe we have like 80 or something, and 6 of them are were older people that had to be hospitalized. The rest are just like in quarantine. So
okay,
it's fine. It should be fine.
So what are you trying to achieve with like working out? Just like get fit, or you're looking to get like ripped?
Yeah, just lose weight.
Okay.
In 2016 I started my weight loss. August 2016 I weighed around 163 kilograms. I think that's around 300 plus pounds, 330 pounds.
Yeah.
I started in August, and then by August of 2017, I was at 15 kilograms, 115
kilograms.
Dude. So that I lost all of that by just dieting, and I never left the house. I just ate properly for like a year, and that happened. And I was really encouraged by that. So my dietitian recommended that I start going to the gym because, you know, if you just do weight loss with no activity, you're gonna look pretty shitty. You're gonna look like a fucking bag of just skin and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just started going to the gym, and the trainer I met, really nice guy. And ever since then, I've just been going 3 times a week to keep myself healthy and motivated, to tighten myself up, because you get very loose when you lose weight without any sort of activity. Yeah. You look disgusting, like I said.
You ever watch Greek God X? He was like 300 something pounds, and he lost a bunch of weight.
That was beautiful. That was so beautiful. Like, and the fact that it's something that I definitely would have done if I was like as big as him, or just any kind of streamer. It's definitely the same thing I would have done. Just like record and like stream my journey, and like he was so like he never gave up the discipline, and how fast he did it too. It was incredible. He looks like a completely different person now.
Yeah. Now he's the Chad, dude.
I love that. He is a Greek god. He now lives up to his name. It has come full circle.
Listen, man, you can become the Chad Vore, dude.
Yeah, I think some people would say I'm already there, but I think personally I have a little bit more to go, and in my view, I'll be very satisfied. So right now, I'm sorry, I can't really convert to pounds, like off the cuff. I'm currently at
I was just, a kilogram is 2.2 pounds last time I checked, so, I mean, if you tell me, I could probably rough estimate it.
I'm at around 103 right now kilograms, so I would, for my height, I was told around 80 to 85 kilograms would be ideal, so I just have like a little bit more to go. But I've been kind of procrastinating that for a while, which is not good. I wanted this year to be the one, and honestly, it probably still will be, because I'll just go back to like being very strict on my diet, even though the gym is like closed, which is a shame. But I'll just have to find a way to get those last few kilograms off, and finally be done with it, because it has stretched on for too long, I think.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11", or 180 centimeters.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the same.
Yep.
The difference is I'm actually I'm a skinny nerd boy, so.
Yeah, no, you just eat.
Yeah, that's basically
it's not that easy. I know it's not that easy. Like, I know that even if you want to like bulk, quote unquote, you still need to have like just as good of a plan as if you were losing weight. You can't just like shove shit in your mouth and just magically get bigger. You gotta be smart about it too.
Yeah, man, especially with this fucking shit going on, dude. So.
Yeah. No, now is the time to really do everything in your power to be healthy. Exactly. Everything that you can. You don't have to like completely change your life overnight, but any good habit that you can implement now is going to ultimately pile on and have a positive effect.
True, man. You should be a motivational speaker.
I'd love to. I do it for free.
What are you grateful
you can't
for?
Put a price on it. Grateful for?
Yeah.
Overall?
Yeah.
I'm grateful, especially now, to have a apartment, a place to live that is safe, and I'm grateful that I live, you know, a country that isn't really known by many people, but at the same time, it's not dangerous at all to live here, especially in the capital. I'm grateful that it's relatively very safe, that the people here are usually pretty, you know, decent. You know, like, it's not some kind of like fucked up place I'm stuck in, you know, because when I tell people where I'm from, it's like, oh, it's, you know, Eastern European shithole, and in some respects, it is a shithole, but in most that matter, it is a very decent place to live in. I could think of way worse places. I'm grateful for actually, you know, getting into, like, grateful for having an internet connection and having like a stable PC and everything. I'm grateful for like still somehow retaining my health, even though I was very overweight for most of my life. I'm grateful that like people in my family pushed me to get on with healthier choices. because I was pretty amazed when I went to go get tested before my weight loss, and that I did not have diabetes or any huge issues, because I was around 18 when I started my diet.
Yeah.
I'm 21 now. So it surprised me that I did not catch any debilitating issues while I was that heavy, because I was extremely heavy. And so I'm grateful for my health and for every piece of material thing that I have.
I get you, man. I'm happy for you, man. Do you ever plan to go like
in a weird way? Well, not, I suppose. Sorry, I suppose not in a weird way, but I'm grateful for this game because it made me meet a lot of great people,
Mhm.
a lot of good friends, and a lot of like just very interesting folks that lead to very interesting things.
I was gonna say, do you have any do you have any plans to like visit the United States or like America or any other countries and stuff like that to meet the people? I mean, you could. I don't think TwitchCon's gonna happen this year, honestly, but
No,
you know.
yeah, I wanted to for a while. I'd love to. When I get a stable job, I would love for that to be something I do eventually. But it was something that I even attempted, or like thought about very heavily, because of something a couple of years ago or like last year, but it wasn't happening simply due to like funds, and you know, just it's tough. It's tough not because I was still like completing school.
Mhm.
I wasn't in a position to be planning anything,
Yeah, makes sense.
so it was tough because most of my friends, they're all either in the US or Canada. Quite a
Yeah.
few are in Australia. I have European friends as well. I would probably like to visit them first. I have friends in the UK. I have some friends, you know, like Norway, Poland, France. It would be a good time. I think going somewhere where, because you know, for the US, the visa is a big thing, right? Like you have to, not only
Mhm.
you have to pay for that, but you also have to get approved. Which, you know, I doubt it's a big issue if you just fill that out. But it's a process. It's definitely a process you have to go through with, and the ticket prices as well. So I suppose right now it's not gonna happen with this whole situation, but maybe a couple of years from now,
Mm.
when
Yeah.
things go back to normal, hopefully. Yeah. I'd love to.
Do you keep in contact with some of the people you still talk to? I know Rob's lobby, but I'm talking about like maybe Nuts or Chips or anybody else that you've talked to like 2 years ago.
Nuts, I'm very, yeah, I'm a mod for Nuts, both in Discord and in Twitch. I have a lot of great friends there. They're all great people. I've stuck with them. With Nuts and Rob are the two people I stuck with the most.
Mm-hmm.
After like through VR chat. I'm also in Stealth Discord. I'm not that active in it. I say hi every now and then, but like, I'm in there. I'm like in most of those. I'm aware, and like I may not be there all the time, but you know, it's nice to check up on people.
Yeah, of course. Well, we got like about 10 minutes left, so we'll start taking some questions from the chat. So if anyone has any questions for Vore and I, we'll start taking some questions. In the meantime, I'll be wait here. Do you have any questions for me?
How did you start this whole interviewing thing? What was like the thing that set it off?
Yeah, I can explain that. That's actually a pretty good question because not many people actually ask me that question. Most people are like, "How'd you start VR chat?" That's what most of the people would ask. Anyway, how I started doing these interviews. So, back in early 2019, I met Ladle, or better known as Wife of Delivery Service, as her stream name is. And I talked to her in DMs, and we talked and back and forth, and eventually we came together to want to do our own like talk show type thing. It was her and I, and we did it every Friday for like I don't know how long, like 3 months. I don't remember how long we did it for, but we did it once a week, and I was the co-host.
You were interviewing people together?
It was more like a podcast. So basically, she had her
okay.
desk, and then I was kind of like the side character, and then we would have like people sit on the couch, and then we would bring on like different like content creators or world creators or whoever, and that's what we did for a couple months. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people, even the devs like of VR chat, were like watching us and like various people. So obviously it was very catchy. And
That's
then,
sweet.
yeah, and then it got canceled after like 3 months or whatever. So I didn't want to stop doing it. So I said to myself, I'm going to make my own. like talk show. Fuck it, I'll just continue doing it by myself. So I made my own talk show world. As you can see, this is the world I made, and I started doing it. And I have all these connections with all these people that I made networking and streaming all that stuff. So I said to these people, hey man, I'll do a talk show and bring people on. Let's talk about VR chat or whatever for an hour. And then it was a rocky start, but I started in December of 2019 doing this talk show, and here we are, 120 episodes in or some shit. So yeah.
So yeah, it's still like for you the solo thing is still relatively young, very recent.
Yeah.
Like you've had quite a few guests too. Like it's very impressive and cool. I think that you're doing it, and with consistency too. I saw the last one I watched was the Crumpet one, and it was a good time.
Yep.
Do you remember your first one that you did? Like was it a notable experience? Like you said, it was a rocky start.
Rocky start. So the first person I believe I ever interviewed was Spearmint. He's someone in the community that's been around for a long time. He's actually someone who actually streams on Mixer, not really on Twitch. And
oh, okay.
So it's kind of interesting experience. And then well, he's more known for playing VR chat, for having fun and supporting actually a lot of content creators. So he financially supports a lot of people. So what I mean by rocky start was not like based on my guess, it was based on myself, because I wasn't very confident in what I was doing. I was just kind of like what do I ask? What do I do? I didn't really have any structure.
You're making it up, yeah.
Yeah, I was just making shit up as I went along. And then after about like 10, 15 interviews, I made like my own Google document. I started making up questions and like you know, like having a script and shit and like all this like way more advanced shit.
You got into the swing of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're doing it, because it's cool to have like a little virtual talk show thing. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, I just paid for a whole new set. Like I'm gonna get like a whole new talk show world built by a professional, and then having multiple sets so I can like turn on. So right now we have just 2 chairs. I can turn this off and have like a desk. And like, you know, like do like a David Letterman interview or some shit, or like whatever I want.
Yeah, you can have a band play you off.
I mean, I would like to have a band, but that's not gonna happen. That's too fucking expensive.
You can have a fake crowd. You just trigger some laughs, you know, you trigger some claps.
Well, I plan on actually having people sit in the audience, like have like 20 chairs, and like people can walk up and actually come up and like to a microphone and like actually ask you questions and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Imagine how much shit posting that would have. That'd be great.
Just have you appear out of nowhere, like here's Vore, and you just be like, or you just say some dumb shit. I don't know.
This gentleman in the audience.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to jump.
It's fine. Question: why Nicolas Cage? Like, why the avatar?
The face?
I don't know.
So
That's
I didn't
what
make the avatar. It was some dude. But I recognized Nicolas Cage the moment I saw it, because I know the specific picture they used for the face. And I like Nick Cage. I love his movies. I love him as an actor. And as a dude, he's pretty fucking crazy. Well, not crazy, just eccentric. So I picked him. It's Nick Cage. You can't go wrong with him.
Yeah. What are a few games you like to play if you do get VR?
I'd like to do Doom VR.
Okay.
I'd like to do. There was the Walking Dead VR game that just came out I think a couple months ago. You can do some fucking fucked shit in that game, and that's why I want to play it. There's also the one that's like the. It was the gladiatorial game. Forgot the name. You're in an arena. You're fighting.
Swords.
Very gory.
Blade and Sorcery.
I think there's like a couple. Yeah, there's a couple of those types of games. Just try it out in general. Do all those demos, because Steam I think has tons of demos you can try, or like tons of little games that you can try. I'd be in it, and I'd play VR chat with it, obviously.
Yeah. You also get Beat Saber. That's another way to get good cardio. I heard a guy in VR chat. He started dancing and he lost 50 pounds from dancing in VR chat with full body.
Dude, I love hearing that stuff. I would love to try Beat Saber. There's another I think version of it that actually has like some songs. Yeah, there's a thing called Synth Fighters, and the reason I mention it, it's not a plug, I promise. The reason I mention it is because it has songs from like some of my favorite artists, and I would love to play that. It's like the same thing as Beat Saber, it just looks different, and has like different bass songs. But I know you can do custom songs in all of them. I've seen so much of that. It looks fucking crazy. I'd love to.
Yeah. What do you do outside of VRC?
Like games or just in life?
I guess
like,
in life.
In terms of in life, I just I live with my mom,
Okay.
so you know I help out whenever I can. I go to the gym. Just last year, or like the last year and the year before that, I was taking some courses in video editing and audio design. I aced those pretty well. They were really fun. They were a good time. Got a certificate as a video editor. Um, uh, did that for a while, and just in general, I stay inside a lot. Even before this whole thing, I was just gym, store, help out whenever I need to help out, and then be home. With I mean, all my friends are online on Discord, on Steam. That's just the way it is. Like, not ashamed to admit it, even though, you know, some people like you don't have friends IRL. I really don't. I have the people at my gym, which I'm more like acquaintances with, and like my trainer, who's, you know, he's my trainer. But like, other than that, we're just it's just me.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like, you're introvert, which means someone who stays indoors a lot. Actually, the opposite would be an extrovert.
I'm introverted and very subdued IRL. Online, a lot of that stuff comes out, as you might have seen. But
yeah.
Even online, I try to still, despite all this stuff, I try to retain some semblance of being polite and not toxic when I do the stuff I do. When I go crazy in VR chat and say stupid shit, I actively try to make myself not have it be malicious.
Yeah, it's all for jokes. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you look up to in viewer chat?
Look up to? I respect quite a few people. You know, I respect content creators that stick with it, even though, you know, it's not like a you know, the game to be with anymore. You know, like I like Rob. You know,
yeah.
I don't interact with enough people really to tell you anyone else. I look up to a lot of the friends I met there for different reasons. It's not for me to say, because like I said, just not involved with it enough. But I do look up to Rob for sticking it through as much as he did. It's very respectable to like stick with it as the game for his stream. Even though he streams a lot of other stuff too. Like
Counter-Strike. Yeah. Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that stuck with this game for over 2 years, and I've changed my content up every like fucking 3 or 4 months, dude. Now I do talk shows, and now I'm heavily more investing into doing it. Yeah.
It is. It's incredibly like inspiring and respectable people that do that like you. It's incredibly like not a lot of people don't. They try out the flavor of the month game and then they go. You know, no one sticks with it.
It's well, I just maybe like I always tell myself like when I play VRChat and I know I do a talk show, it's because maybe it's because I have a creative mind and I always like want to do something else. Like I make the game interesting. I try to like do something else. Like most people would just be like, oh, let's play GTA 5 RP. Okay, this game's not popular anymore. All right, let's hop on the next popular game and just follow trends. Me, I want to stick to something and then make it interesting, make people stick around and watch. So now I do a talk show. That's why people stick around. So. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. It's good.
Yeah, or I every Friday I do a roleplay called Chaos Row, which is run by Arcadum, so there's that as well.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. I keep hearing so much about it. I never get the chance to go there, but maybe one day I will. I think Rob asked me to come, and I'd like to try this Friday to see what it's about. It sounds very fun.
This Friday it's canceled because last episode we like fucking nuked the shit, so like the world has to be remade. Well.
Sounds great.
Yeah, to get into Kalos Row, it's not like you just get invited to it. It's kind of like, well, not like invited to the world. It's like a whitelisted thing. You have to like sign up for it in the Discord, talk to Arcada, make a whole character backstory and all this shit, and then you can actually So I'm in it because I knew Arcadum from 2 years ago, and I was a part of his last RP called Forbidden Knowledge, which is like a school thing, and then I was a part of this thing. So. Yeah. So
I didn't know it was like that, because me personally, from the beginning, I never was set out to roleplay. Roleplaying was never something that attracted me.
Yeah.
I can see the appeal in it for people, but the most I got to interact with roleplay before VR chat was just fucking with our peers in MMOs, because it was fun. And and just screwing with them. I remember distinctly I was playing Elder Scrolls Online, and there was like these two Dark Brotherhood people who were role playing, but like not privately. They were doing it pretty openly. And because in Elder Scrolls Online, you can play as fucking skeletons. So me and my friends, we just turned into skeletons and just played instruments around them and like just started puking and shit and like saying obscene stuff. It was great. It was so good. But it was wonderful. I never set out to RP in this game. I just set out to have fun and meet people and just I play along with RP though. Like when I don't want to say I don't RP because I obviously do with some of the stuff. I play along very well. I can dip in and out very easily, and I'm not at all offended when it breaks, because to me it's all fun. Yeah. As long as no one's being an asshole for real. Like as long as no one's using RP to like shit on someone, I'm good.
I mean, there's plenty of that type of stuff in Viewership, like a lot of just improv, like just silly RP. Like Callister is more the more serious one.
Improv is the thing, yeah.
Yeah, improv. I mean, that's why I think like VRChat like blew up from is doing improv, just being just like
spontaneity.
Yeah, just spontaneous, just random shit. Like, let's go to the courtroom and like maybe sue you for some dumb shit. I don't know, like whatever. Just use the resources around you and just make a story arc or something. It doesn't have to be scripted or anything.
Yeah, it's at its best when you play off of people.
Yeah, and
that's why the people are the most important part. No amount of planning or like writing or scripting is ever going to change that.
Mm-hmm. It just sucks that like a lot of the people that used to be good for those like RP moments or like improv are gone. So you have to find new people that are like you can connect with, and then you have to make your own little like community, I guess. And that's what most RP is in VRChat now. Is I mean, there is still like some improv, but like most of what you see now is like people have like created discords, and they made like private events. So it's not like you just randomly show up and be like, oh, let's like interact with what's going on. It's all like you have to be here at 6:00 p.m. and then have to show up and RP for 3 hours or some shit.
Yeah, that sort of rigid thing is something that I would not be good at. I think it truly is at its best when you're given freedom within the context of the lobby, so you're not just like trying to hog the guy streaming to like be in the center. Yeah, you're looking at what they're doing and you're playing off of it in a way that adds to the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You're not making it about yourself, and you're not adhering to the script.
Mm-hmm. So that'd be like Rob's lobbies, for example. You just drop in, drop out, and just do whatever you want. And...
Yeah. Like the focus is always shifting, which is I think the best part.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
It's always something else happening. Mm-hmm. Like you look at the clips that get posted, and it's always like some fucking situation that just kills you. It's great.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think VRChat needs more of. We need like just those type of lobbies where you have like a good like bar or setting, and then like people just sort of flood in.
Yeah, you make the setup. Yeah, you set it up. You make it an environment that is, welcoming to that sort of like you foster that kind of behavior. Mm-hmm. Like you let's say reward it with like like an arc if something spontaneous happens, and like it makes this story, and the reward is seeing it through, is like seeing it to the end and like playing off of the characters and having a conclusion. A lot of the times that happens, just random stuff that has its own self-contained thing. It's not even long most of the time. It's just like a little story that happens, and it's great.
Yeah, that's why I feel like VRChat like begun as is just like that fostering of like these like just silly moments and just fucking around and just having a good time. And then like I guess some people went towards like more serious RP, and some people were stuck with like just silliness and friends, and I don't know, it's all over the place now. So.
I get the appeal of both, but I know which one I belong to.
Yeah, the improv stuff. Yeah, I do like more improv. I mean, I do both technically. So, serious RP, it's fun, and then I like to like if I just want to like be silly, I just do like an improv thing and just fuck around with friends like in a lobby, and just whatever happens.
Whatever you're feeling like, basically.
Yeah. So. Anyway.
Yeah.
I believe it's been over just an hour since we've been doing this interview, so it's about time we wrap it up. So, if you any last minute things you want to say, discuss, plug, whatever you want to speak about. I'll put the camera
I'd
on
like
you.
to thank you for having me on. I didn't think I was like considered noteworthy enough to be here, but I'm happy to have been here. It was like really fun. It flew by really fast actually talking. It was a great time, and I'd like to thank everyone in Rob's group, everyone who's watching from other groups as well. Thank you for caring enough to come see me and Rebel just talk. It means a lot to have people who enjoy the stupid stuff that I do. I hope to never stop doing it, even though the frequency at which I appear will always be shaky. It won't be consistent. But when I am there, I'll try my best to have fun and to bring more laughter and entertainment to everyone, because that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Like, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for coming by and being a part of my talk show. Again, I'm your host, Owen Rebel. This is my talk show, Late Night with Rebel. I do it almost every day. And yeah, like I said, I consider almost anybody in VR chat is worthy of being on my talk show, as long as you have a story to tell. You don't have. A lot of people get the misconception they have to be a streamer to be on my talk show. You don't have to. As long as you have a story to tell, you've stuff to discuss and stuff like that. That's what makes it worth it to me, right? I'm not like the traditional American talk show where it's like only celebrities get on and they're all like got a trillion followers and they're all big name actors and actresses. Like, that's what traditional talk shows are kind of like. They already have famous people.
Well, it's good that you're willing to get just about like many different perspectives from people.
Yeah, because I wanna have the full story of VR chat. I wanna like talk to people on a real level and understand like not just you as a person, but like behind it and how VR chat related to you. And like you said, you talked about your personal life and how your weight loss journey and like having VR chat as like you got like friends and everything. So yeah.
I'm very happy to go outside of VR chat. When we talk, it doesn't have to be like all about this game, because this game, the people I met here are like a pretty big part. I love talking with them and stuff, but like the game itself is not really a big part of my life, other than when I get on to be with friends. Like if it was any other game, I'd get on it just the same. I know there are other people who are very passionate about it, and I appreciate that. But me personally, I would just like if we all, like all of us, like every single person who's played VR chat, if we all moved to another game, I just go. I wouldn't be very sentimental about it, although I do. I appreciate this game for what it is, for all the people I met because of it.
Yeah, all the chat saying like, Vore, I love you. Genuinely, you are a great person, a great role player. No pressure. You can come to do silly stuff and you're golden. Yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. That means so much.
Yeah, man. Give some hearts to this guy, man. He does it because he wants to, because he wants to have a good time. You're generally a good person,
I do my best. Just be decent. It's like, Bill and Ted said in one of my favorite movies, you just be excellent to each other.
Yeah.
It's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure from the 80s.
Yeah, man.
One of my favorite movies.
I get you.
I love you all.
Oh.
Some kisses.
Oh, that's kind of spicy. All right, before you go, yeah, before you go, we'll just stand up. We'll take a selfie together, and then you can be on your way.
Hell yeah.
Let me stand up. I gotta stand up in real life. Oh shit. 1 second here. I have to like turn off camera angles and stuff. So one annoying part about being in VR is having to do all this stuff. You might be actually too tall. Actually, not true, because I can just move myself because I have full body.
As well.
Well, I can also just like move myself up because I have full body tracking, so I can just make myself taller.
Okay. So, you let me know if you want me to. I'll look at it. There we go.
We're good. See, now we're the same height. Magic. Oh yeah. I can. I'll show you where the camera is. Now you can see it. It's a little circle here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Bah.
Cheese.
Yeah, cheese. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I have to give you that. The trademark.
All right, man. Thanks. All right. If you want to, you can see all the people I've actually interviewed are in there. If you haven't seen that.
Oh, the pictures?
Yeah, yeah. There's 100 pictures in there.
Oh my god! Holy fucking shit!
Yeah, man. I love Vore. Such a gem. So like when you kill a dog in Minecraft. Shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, look at them all. That's great. I'm gonna be up there. That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. When I update this world, but yeah.
There's me.
Yeah.
It's all the boys. Clock too.
Yeah, man.
G-Man. Oh.
He's a new guy. He's only been playing Viewership for like less than a month. His name's Japanese Bush Baby, and he actually can do the voice.
Does he do the voice?
Yeah, he can actually do the. He's a
that's
professional
fucking
voice actor. Yeah, he can actually do the G-Man voice. It's fucking weird. He did like.
That's fucking.
There's a
wonderful.
clip on my channel where he talks about cock and ball torture as a fucking G-Man.
Oh my god! I think I actually heard that one. I had no idea that was him.
Yeah,
that's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
There's a lot of good people in here. You notice like I'm using this outfit. It's because this is my mechanic outfit for Cow's Row, and then I got this outfit like just recently, my interviewing outfit.
Yeah, this one's way more professional.
I know the other ones are just like, hey, nice assets, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chesticle.
Yes. Have you interviewed
You built
mutes?
a really beautiful thing here.
Yeah, man.
Really really proud of you.
Thanks, man.
You know, you
Yeah.
did a good thing, and I hope it keeps going for a very long while. Because you're a cool dude.
Oh yeah.
I like what you do,
Mm.
and I.